Hey everybody, this is Eamon. Welcome back to the So Far So Good podcast. I just wanted to hop on and preface this episode a little bit. Nick and I recorded this episode back in December of 2021 with the intention of releasing it when we were ready to start releasing So Far So Good Show Season 2, which means that Season 2 is finally coming. It's finally underway. We are so excited for you guys to see it and what we've been working on. That being said, this recording is about 6 months old, which means that there's some references that are not relevant anymore in the month of May. We make predictions on a movie that has long since come out, and we all know the ending too. But Nick and I thought it would be fun to release this anyway. It was a lot of fun to record. There's a lot of fun bits to get out of it. It was a great chance to get back into the zone, get back into the swing of things, and to prepare for what's about to come with Season 2. So please enjoy So Far So Good Podcast Episode 7, and we hope that you're looking forward to Season 2 of So Far So Good Show, because we are so excited to show it to you. So enjoy this episode, and we'll see you again real soon. It's the So Far So Good Podcast with Nick and Eamon. Now, here's your hosts, Nick and Eamon.
Say, hey.
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 All right, looks even. All right. This is So Far So Good Podcast Episode 7?
Yep.
Is it Episode 7?
Episode 7.
Yep.
The Pod Awakens.
The Pod Awakens. So
Yeah.
I think maybe we could start by saying hello.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Anything else you want to add, or?
No, we say it together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. We got it.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2,
1. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back
to the
So Far So Good
podcast. Episode 7.
Episode 7.
We're so glad
We're so glad to be
here. Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Eamon.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
We're here.
Same old setup.
Exactly.
Different place.
Different place.
Different place.
Yeah, we're here in the new studio, which is the back wall of my apartment.
Yeah.
And this is not how it's going to look when we do the show.
This was our day to try to see if we had room to film.
And we do.
And we do.
We figured it out.
We have room. We have room to film now, which is awesome.
We did an extreme makeover of mine and Austin's apartment.
Yeah, when Austin isn't here, he's gonna come home and have a fun little surprise.
Yeah.
Because I say we leave it.
You know, it'll be fine. Austin and I are having a movie night tonight, and we can just use these chairs.
Yeah, just use the chairs.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think Austin's gonna like it. Actually, I think he's gonna be like, "This looks great."
I don't know. We have the dining room table is pushed up against the kitchen.
Yeah, that's not great.
That's not great.
That part's not great.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out.
Mm.
We'll figure it out.
It's a bit of a smaller space. We don't have the Joe Dugan studio anymore.
No, we do not. It's still there, but it is.
It's still there, but now my
grandpa and Nick now have it.
Exactly.
As of the canon of last season.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get a So Far So Good show with Nick and Grandpa.
Maybe. That would be fun.
Nick and Eamon's grandpa.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fun.
Be a fun little special.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
We could talk to him about it.
Yeah.
We'll get it figured out. But yeah, we moved to Chicago.
We did.
And lots have changed, including months.
Yes.
Months have changed.
Months have definitely changed.
Months have changed since then. We filmed all of the episodes before I got married.
Yeah. No, we filmed 7.
Oh, we filmed 7 afterwards.
We filmed 7 and part of 6, I think. Not with you.
Right. We filmed your part of 6.
While you guys were on your honeymoon.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we did film 7. I had to switch the ring, I think. Or did I wear the same?
I don't know.
I don't know if I switched into my non-wedding ring. Continuity. Go check out episode 7.
God, fucking Cinema Sins will grill us.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
What are we going to do?
Fuck, Cinema Sins is going to rip us a new one.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to sentence us to the bad movie zone.
Bad movie zone. That's what they say. And
what they do is, you ever seen it? I haven't seen a Cinema Sins video in a long time.
It's been a long time.
What they used to do was they used to have a thing where it'd be like, Total Sins, 275.
Final verdict.
And they'd sentence the movie to a joke about the movie.
Yeah. That's why when you said bad movie zone, I was wondering if that happened to relate to our podcast, or if you just said bad movie
We'll be
zone.
sent to Lombardi's Pizza.
Yeah,
There we go.
And then walking into Lombardi's Pizza. Hey.
Broden Kelly.
Broden Kelly from Auntie Donna is walking into Lombardi's Pizza. So yeah, we got this set up, and we figured, you know what? Let's just do a podcast.
We might as well. While it's here, we wanted to update everybody.
Yeah, believe it or not, I wore this entire red tracksuit without the intention of filming.
Yeah.
I just wore it today for fun.
These are the clothes that I wore yesterday. And I just had a long night.
Yeah.
And didn't change clothes.
There you go.
I did have a long night. I slept in this shirt and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, last
Stinky
night.
little boy.
I'm a stinky boy.
Stinky little piss boy.
A little piss baby. I was a little piss baby last night. I went to an open mic to perform comedy.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Yeah, I went to an open mic, and I won't say the theater because I don't know. I want to go there eventually again.
Yeah.
I want to go back there on a day that was better than last night.
Yeah.
Went to an open mic. I had a little comedy routine I was going to perform.
Yeah.
And put my name in the fishbowl. And the way that they broke it up was they had a thing where they put sketch. It was an open stage.
Yeah, so open stage means it's not just stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
You can do stand-up, music, improv sketches.
Yeah,
it's
a little Tuesday night open mic at a very very well known and respected comedy club in Chicago.
Yeah.
And put my name in the bowl as a miscellaneous act because I was doing stand-up and singing a song, and waited for 2.5 hours,
and then it ended.
And they ended, and they said, sorry, we didn't get to everybody. Come back next week.
Right.
And I can't come back next week because I'm going home for Christmas.
Right. So.
And, yeah.
It was a nightmare.
So it was a long night.
Basically.
I was very angry. And then Austin,
Then you guys watched Spider-Man.
Then we watched Spider-Man. Yeah, it was a weird experience. You know, that's just the name of the game. But, like.
Yeah.
It was annoying because, like, you know.
And here's a little context.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Tuesday.
Yeah.
So Eamon went to an open mic
at 9:30
and
I left at midnight.
9:30 on a Tuesday. Left at midnight and didn't get to perform.
Yeah.
And to me, that's awful. Like that's
Yeah.
that's an awful way to run an open mic.
I'm like, God damn, if I'm there until midnight, you might as well keep it going until 2.
Right,
to get me to fucking go.
And I'm like, on a weekday, they do a random drawing. It should be like what most open mics are, that you come
you
up,
get there and you
sign up,
or there's like like an Instagram thing.
Yeah.
Where like a lot of open mics now, what they'll do is they'll post on their Instagram story randomly. It's like, hey, sign up for the open mic, and you sign up earlier that day. It's first come, first serve. They post the list,
and it should be first sign up, first perform.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
What bugged me about this open mic was they had improv teams go up,
and they were prioritizing improv.
They were prioritizing sketch, music, and improv.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, shit, I'm in the clear.
Yeah.
But they still didn't get to me.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they had improv people go up there, and then they'd have an improv troupe go up, and then like 15 minutes later, they'd call another improv troupe up, and half of that new improv troupe was people from the old one.
Right.
And like I'm like, holy shit! Every improv troupe that's going up here is just different arrangements of the same 10 people.
Yeah, and then they get to go.
And they went to go up 3 times.
Whereas you sit
and
I
had none.
2.5 hours. Doing nothing. Yeah.
My poor girlfriend's sitting there, and I'm like shaking, like, you know, being nervous.
Piss baby. Yeah.
Yeah, like a piss baby, and she's like, "It's okay, my little piss baby. You'll be fine."
She said, "Don't worry, little piss baby.
Yeah.
Let me sing you my little piss baby song." And do you remember what the song was?
The little piss baby song went, you know, it's crazy. You know, her grandmother is from Dominican Republic,
right?
And taught her this little song. And
everyone from the Dominican, like, if you know anybody from the Dominican Republic, you've heard the piss baby.
If you have a
song.
Dominican grandma, they always sing the piss baby song.
You've heard, and there's different iterations and based on the region, but yeah, how did it go?
It goes, you know, she, you know, whisper in my ear. She go,
It is a whisper.
You know. Sleep, little piss baby, do not piss your pants. Tomorrow will come and you can use the loo again. Yeah,
I remember that part.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, and if you don't have a loo, the bowl next to the bed is fine, and you'll throw it out the window, and I'll know that you are mine. My piss baby.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I never heard that second verse. That must be a regional.
Yeah, it's a regional It's a regional thing, you know.
The second verse makes it a lot more endearing.
Yeah.
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 I like the Piss Baby song.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm going to try to incorporate in my family when I eventually have kids and stuff like that.
You know, it's crazy. You know, it is a Dominican thing, but I feel like, you know, my family used to do that a lot. Where like, you know, my family, you know, it's Irish.
Really?
I know, crazy. My you know, my grandmother grew up poor in Appalachia.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And a lot of people, a lot of different cultures lived in there. You know, a lot of coal miners and stuff. And when she and her family moved to Indianapolis, you know, she kind of like took up little cultural things from her neighborhood.
Was
like,
the Piss Baby song one of them?
Yeah, I heard my parents sing the Piss Baby
you
song.
You heard murmurs of the Piss Baby song.
Murmurs of it.
No one in my family ever did the Piss Baby song, but I've heard it through like just people on the playground and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there was a kid in my class that would sing it to himself to calm himself down if he was just feeling really hyper. So I'm a big fan of the Piss Baby song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
So yeah, Eamon pissed himself last night at an open mic.
Yes, that's why I didn't get called up.
Yeah, and I slept.
Yeah.
I slept.
It's okay. There'll be plenty more open mics to piss my pants out.
That's true.
Fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
And hopefully ones that let you sign up and actually perform.
Yes.
That'd be pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
We just thought we'd set up and talk and kind of give an update on like what we're doing. What we're doing with the show. We're moved to Chicago. We're getting settled in. And right now we're in the midst of planning season 2 of the So Far So Good show with Nick and Eamon, which is very fun. There's going to be lots of changes.
Yeah.
Lots of things you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Eamon
it'll be mostly the same show.
Yeah, it'll be the same. It's the same show. For sure. Same vibe, everything about it.
The structure will be a little bit different.
Structure's a little different, segments a little bit different. Like we got some changes, but it's still the show. Like it's us sitting in these chairs.
Yeah.
You know, it's the show. It's not changing.
You're still looking at a
bunch
of washed up hacks.
Yeah, a bunch of washed up hacks who peaked 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
1.5 years ago. Let's not get picky.
Near 2 years.
Let's not get picky with it.
I love how like our last season went. You know how we had 7 episodes and it's great. But like, we've missed all the holidays. Yeah. I would love to do a holiday special, man.
Me too. Hey,
I think we could still film one.
Christmas in July.
We could do Christmas in July. That would that would be fun.
Or Christmas in let's do like September.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, right? We could do Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Or we could just film a whole season and then do like a Christmas special that we pre-tape.
Yeah.
And it's like the Doctor Who Christmas special where it's like in between seasons.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it also, we don't even know how long the season's going to be.
Yeah.
We kind of made the last season, we did not plan for 7.
No.
We wrote 8.
Yeah.
And then said we'll write more when we get to that point.
Yeah.
And then with us filming it, it ended up when the wedding was, when we were deciding to move to Chicago, we were like, you know what, I think 7 is the number. Yeah, we
didn't have time, and I don't know what the hell we were going to do for another episode. And thankfully, we pre-taped all the Nikolai bits, and we were able to cut one out.
Exactly. We have one Nikolai bit that you will never see.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not that funny.
It's fine. Yeah, it keeps the story going, which Nikolai will be back.
Yes.
Glad to confirm Nikolai has also moved to Chicago.
Nikolai has lived in Chicago his whole damn life.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah. I meant
Nikolai the character, yes.
Has moved to Chicago with Nick and Eamon the character, as well as Socks the character.
Yes. Exactly. I'm talking about Ben Barry. Yeah, Ben.
Yeah, no, Ben Barry. Hey, Ben's been pulling lots of double doots on the show recently.
Hey, we have a new Dan's Movie Corner bit that's coming.
It might come out before this podcast.
Yeah, it might, but
we don't know when this podcast is coming out, and we don't know when the new Dan is coming out.
Angry Movie Critic shows up for a little bit.
Yeah,
man,
it's a little bit of a different vibe than the normal.
But that's okay. Yeah. I want to do more with these characters, and I'm so glad that of all of the things we're able to we're salvage from our college show that Dan Nowakowski came through.
Yeah.
Dan, it is really weird. Dan Nowakowski has out of the 2 characters of Dan and the Angry Critic, Dan has been around far longer.
Oh, by a long shot.
By a few years.
Dan started as a character that Ben did not like.
No.
Well, he thought it was funny the first bit, and then he did a second bit with it.
Yeah.
And that was our freshman year
Yeah.
of college. And he was like, I don't want to do this bit anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done with it. And then we brought it back temporarily.
Yeah.
And we were just so.
And then I had the idea to do the Angry Movie Critic show. And then Ben had thought of like, I thought I might want to like revamp, Dan Nowakowski.
Yeah, because the original concept of
yeah.
Dan was he was a movie reviewer.
Yeah.
That's what he originally did. And then we were going to spin it off and do a bunch of different corners. Dan's movie corner, then Dan's train corner, Dan's various corners. For those, most of our viewers, I assume, know our, at least at this point.
Most of our
180 viewers know our stuff from
college. You all know.
There
There was one guy though.
There is one guy.
This
but
was the crazy. We'll get to him. Craziest story.
Yeah, craziest story. Most people know. For those who don't know, what we've kind of done with this show a little bit, a lot of it is new stuff.
Yeah.
And none of the, one bit we have done previously on BSU Tonight, but otherwise we have taken characters that we've played or written or and gotten permission from the people who wrote them if we did not write them, and just kind of brought characters over to So Far So Good with us because we just felt why not, we don't have a contract with a network like Conan did where you couldn't use any of his
R.I.P. the Slipknots, dude.
Or R.I.P. the racist crooner.
The ghost of the racist crooner. Oh, it's so good.
There's a lot of characters. So we Nikolai Science Guy was originally a character that was on BSU Tonight.
In like two throwaway bits.
Yeah, and he was very different.
Yes.
And Dan, not as different, but Dan's grown a lot.
Yeah, Dan is much more, and now that like there's like he has another character who's like the exact opposite energy as him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then we had
good.
Ben Gooley. Ben Gooley did was a thing that Ben did outside of BSU Tonight that we kind of commandeered and were able to. He wanted to continue it. And he had nowhere to do it.
He did it with another channel, and then the other channel wasn't able to produce it this year.
Yeah,
so. Came with us.
Yeah, exactly. He wanted somewhere to do it, and we said, let's do it here. So we've kind of taken some characters and stuff. Vague 2-0 has been around for quite a bit. This mug is 6 years old.
Yeah.
This mug is 6 years old. Constellation Quest, something we made. SchlemCorp Don to Oily, that's also a character that originated on BSU Tonight. My rapper persona will be making a comeback eventually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, it will.
Yeah, he will. We're working on a song right now. Me and Nick and Professor Peach are working on song number 3. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had a lot of experience just kind of taking things that we liked and having those characters, but not really like redoing it, I guess, in a way. It's like all the characters came from, hey, we want to do an infomercial.
Yeah.
And we said, well, let's just use Don to Oily. Like, there's no point in coming up with another character. We've got Don to Oily, and Don to Oily was connected with SchlemCorp, which we chose that name when trying to come up with our production company.
Yeah.
And that was also from a BSU Tonight bit. So it's like having that kind of why come up with another character when we have that?
Exactly.
We want Ben to play a Russian scientist. He's already done that.
Yeah.
So why come up with another Russian scientist for him to play when he could just play the same one he was playing, or at least by name?
I remember that reminds me of there was a Stephen Colbert bit that he did on the Late Show back when he was covering the election, and he brought back his Colbert Report character.
Yeah.
And the bigwigs at CBS said that he couldn't do it anymore, which I don't fucking get because fucking Paramount owns CBS and Comedy Central. Anyway, there was legal trouble.
Yeah.
And they said, and Stephen Colbert was like, okay, turns out I don't own my name and likeness.
Yeah.
So here, instead of that Stephen Colbert, I have Stephen Colbert's identical twin cousin, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
And it's the same character, and he's like, yeah, we're just related. Yeah, his mother and my mother both conceived on the exact same night, the same day. They both named us Stephen. Our mothers married identical twins.
Right. Yeah, that was his way of working it out.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fine.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Good for him on his not as good show.
Yeah. Poor Steven.
That's the thing. The Late Show is fine. He's it's a good late night show. But
Yeah.
but compared to how
The
like
Colbert Report.
groundbreaking and
Yeah.
like urgent and important the Colbert Report was,
Oh yeah.
it's nothing.
It's
you know?
nothing. It's nothing. Well, we have a crazy story that we teased just a little bit ago.
Yeah. We were at a concert a couple weeks ago.
Yep, seeing our favorite band,
Twerp, and we got recognized in public by a stranger. And I'll let
Yes.
Nick tell the story because he was the guy saw you first.
Yes.
He saw you, yeah.
Which is wild. So
yeah,
we're standing. The show has ended,
yeah,
and we are just standing around as people are filing out. And this guy runs up to me, and given we're at a show, so I'm
There's
wearing
700
a mask.
other people too.
700 other people. It was
Yeah.
the biggest show for this band. We're wearing masks.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's visible of me are my glasses and my hair,
Mhm.
I guess. And my little pee-pee, which I always stick out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I always make it just rear its little head outside of the zipper.
And trust me, it's little.
And it's
it's little.
That's why you can't notice. That's why I
Yeah.
can get away with it.
Yeah.
But this guy runs up to me and says, "Hey, are you Nick?" And I said, "Yeah." And we have a lot of friends who like this band. And
yeah, and I thought
there's people who
I saw the guy come up to you, and I'm like, because I was talking to somebody else, and
Yeah.
this guy came up to Nick. I'm like, oh, it might be some guy he knows from Facebook or something,
right,
you know?
which is what I thought.
Yeah,
And he said, "Are you Nick?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "From So Far So Good?" And I just paused and said, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" And he went, "I watch your show, From So Far So Good." And I said, "Whoa!" Like I didn't know what to say. And he was like,
Yeah.
"Can I get a picture with you?" And I said, "Yes." Eamon's right there.
yeah, yeah.
And Eamon, you were like, "What's happening? What's coming over?" And I brought you over, and I said, "This guy watches
I
our show."
freaked the fuck out.
Eamon like jumped in the air and like grabbed the guy and bear hugged him.
I'm like I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, holy shit!
yeah.
What are the odds of this happening?
It's crazy. That's crazy that happened.
Yeah.
And he follows us on social media and does not follow my other twerp friends.
No, he follows us and he follows
Twerp.
follows Twerp and he follows SchlemCorp.
Yeah.
And so far so good.
Yeah, and then some of the
Crazy.
members of twerp.
Yeah.
And I was like, he just has these two separate interests
Yeah.
somehow. So we have 180 subscribers as of that moment.
And one of them was this fucking guy from Colorado.
Who found his way to Chicago to see a slightly obscure band
Yeah.
and then saw us there. And he watches our stuff somehow organically.
Yeah. Because we asked him, how'd you fucking find our show?
And he
I don't
said,
know. I just
don't
did.
know.
Oh my god.
And it was crazy. It was crazy. So
If you're watching this, buddy,
Yeah.
there you go. You
hey,
made
we
our
love
night.
you. We love
We
you.
love you.
We're not gonna give your Twitter handle or anything because
No.
it's not necessary. But we love you. Thank you so much. It was so cool. It was really
Yeah.
cool. Man, the odds of that happening are so slim, and the odds
Yeah.
of it happening again are zero
Exactly.
unless we get famous.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah, yeah,
those
yeah.
are the odds.
Mhm.
Wild.
Absolutely
From
wild.
Colorado.
You know, Nick, you were telling me a crazy story the other day
Yeah.
about how when you and Rachel
Uh-huh.
went to the Chris Kindle market and you ran into a crazy character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that crazy character I ran into.
Yeah.
You talking about Big Lobes?
Big lobes.
Big lobes.
Yeah, the guy with the huge fucking
The
earlobes.
huge earlobes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this gue comes up to we're at the Christmas market. You know,
Yeah.
we're looking at the they got
Yeah.
pastries. They got
Mhm.
Käseweit? Käselt?
What is it?
It's I know Käse is cheese. It's like a piece of bread with melted cheese.
Oh yeah, they were selling those at the one.
Käselt?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Käselt? It starts
Yeah.
with Käse, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what
Anyway,
what cheese
yeah.
is. Anyway, long story short, we're eating this Käselt. Big Lobes comes up to me.
Yeah.
And he walks up and he goes, "Hey there, I'm Big Lobes." And I went, "Oh,
why is
nice
that?
to meet you. Why'd you call that?" And he went, "It's because of my big fucking lobes."
And he was talking about his lymph nodes.
yeah,
Right.
his lymph. Yeah,
It was
lymph
just his ears were
nodes.
big as a that wasn't part of it.
Right,
Right.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically he was mispronouncing lymph nodes,
Yeah.
and he was adding a B to that, and
But
then
it
he had
worked 'cause his
shortened
ears were
it.
big.
Yeah, and he'd shortened it to L'. So like lymph starts with an L, and then nodes.
Oh.
So lobes. It was like lobes.
Oh.
So he was shortening it. So he was saying, I got my big lobes.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I mean, there was a lot. Like, there was a big... I had to follow what he was saying. I had no idea what he was talking about. Because, I mean, he had huge ears.
Massive lobes.
It made so much sense for him to be talking about his earlobes. But no, his voice sounded like that because he did kind of look like a bullfrog. He had these giant, like... It was inflated here. And it was because he had giant lymph nodes. But this guy, he didn't know nodes had a D, and he thought people would understand that if he shortened it to lodes, that people would know he's talking about his lymph nodes. This guy, I mean...
How did you get that out of him? Like, I don't know.
Well, it was just a lot of, like...
Why was he bothering you? Want to buy? Like, I don't get it. Why is he coming up to you? What do you want from you?
No, he was just introducing himself.
Okay, yeah.
He said, I'm big lobes.
Yeah.
Is what he said.
Was he? Yeah, but like, why was he talking to you? Like, was he just like?
What, you think people don't want to talk to me?
No, I don't know.
think I'm a very approachable person.
No, you are. You are. I just,
I'm the type of guy that when you're at a Christmas market and you have just inflamed things in your throat, you want to tell people, and you're gonna find me.
Yeah.
If I'm there, I'm the guy to talk to about it.
Yeah, because you're Nick from So Far So Good.
I'm Nick from So Far So Good.
You.
And I just have one of those faces that's like, this guy wants to know about my throat.
Yeah.
And I do. I'd like to know about... I mean, if anyone comes up to me, just let me know about your throat. I'm very curious. I mean, everyone... Like, every throat is beautiful, and every throat is different. And I'm getting a little giddy about it. I just... Oh, man, I love throats so much.
Man, you gotta stop with this throat talk.
You don't like throat talk?
No.
Well, that's actually, like... See, that's one of the things that Eamon and I realized we had a really good dynamic going because when we met, I was trying to talk to you about throats, and you hate throats.
Yeah, and they say opposites attract. I don't know what it is. Like, if I could live my whole life without my throat, fucking rip that thing out.
Get rid of it. You get rid of it.
It's slimy. Like, it's got, like, fucking your vocal cords in
I know.
it.
Hey,
like, vocal cords are fucking weird,
listen,
right? Where they like open and close and vibrate.
For what it's worth,
I
think I have a really nice throat.
Well, thank you.
And I like to know
I
about
don't
it.
like my throat.
I understand.
But like, I appreciate that you think it's attractive.
Right. I mean, it's such a nice throat. I'd call it a gullet, maybe.
Whoa.
Like a gullet is like
I've never been called a gullet before.
That's a
I'm
really
trying
high
to work
end.
I'm trying to work on my self-image. You know, my whole life I'm like fucking my throat. We could fucking do without it. But like to know that like it's what makes me beautiful. Like that really means a lot.
It's not what makes you beautiful.
I mean, but it is a beautiful throat.
Yeah, it's part of the
but it's
the
part
cosmic
of me,
gumbo of beauty that is Eamon. But yeah, Big Lobes came up to me and he said, "I got fucking big lobes," and I was like, "Yeah, I can see that." And he goes, "No, you can't." And I said, "I can see your big lobes." And he said, "Oh, I meant, no, my lobes. I got big lobes." And I was like, you gotta explain a little bit more. You're pointing to your throat. I know your earlobes are long, but they're not down here, Yeah. So, I mean, I eventually got it out of him, but it took a long time. Rachel went home.
Yeah, she went home. Yeah.
And the Christmas market was shutting down, but they were trying to kick everyone out. It was really late, and I was like, I gotta understand what this guy's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Big Lobes and I, we've hung out a couple times since.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should get him on the show.
I'd like Big Lobes to be on the show.
Yeah.
I would like it. He'd probably, I mean, knowing this guy, he'd probably come on and say something like, "I'm Big Lobes.
Yeah.
I got big lobes." And I'd say, "I've already introduced you.
Yeah.
We've talked about you on the podcast." And he goes, my lobes. And I'd say, yeah, I understand. I understand the big lobes.
If Big Lobes were here on the podcast, what do you think we'd have to talk about? If he had,
he'd probably talk about, if I could think of one thing that he would talk about, it'd probably be his lobes.
Yeah.
That's just based on my experience with him. I think that'd be something he'd mention a couple times. And it'd probably sound a little like, "Hi, I'm Big Lobes. I got big lobes." And that's... I do a lot of the talking when we hang out.
Yeah. It's probably really stressful for him. There's a lot of pressure on his throat with his big lobes.
He does have big lobes. And he doesn't have like gauges. It's not like gauges have stretched out his lobes, because some people have big lobes due to the gauges. And I know that he's talking about his lymph nodes. And I know there's that whole confusion, but he does have big lobes.
Yes.
He does indeed have big lobes. But yeah, I mean, he's so funny. The other day, he told me this joke, right?
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm big lobes. I got big lobes." and
yeah.
I sound like I know what he was saying was the
Yeah.
same thing he keeps saying.
Yeah.
But it was something about the setting, like in context, it was
Yeah.
very funny.
Yes.
And it was a great, like, you can tell that this guy, he knows how to tell a joke. If we can convince him to say anything other than his nickname and the fact that he has big lobes,
Yeah.
I think that he could be pretty funny.
Yeah.
So he might be a good person to have on the show. Maybe he could write for us. I'm assuming he can
Yeah.
write more than just the fact that he has lymph nodes,
Mhm.
but that is really what he wants to let everyone know. I feel like maybe if he writes something for the show, maybe get one sketch out of the way about lymph nodes,
Yes.
and he can inform
and
everyone
then we'll
he has
see what
lymph
else.
nodes.
But I don't know. I feel like he really needs to show his range to us.
Well, I think that if he starts with the lymph nodes thing, then he'll understand that our audience already knows. And then
Yeah.
his next thing can hopefully be a little bit more free. Maybe he can talk about his ears that time.
Yeah, his actual lobes.
Yeah, his big lobes.
Yeah.
So that was my experience with
Yeah,
him.
you know, he seems like a neat guy.
I'll
I'm
invite
glad you ran
you-
into him.
I
Yeah.
need to invite you next time we hang out.
Yes,
because
yeah.
he's a really good dude.
Yeah.
Big fucking ears.
I mean, I'm sure.
Massive ears.
I mean, that's what they call him, big lobes, right?
No,
That's right. That's
he's
right.
called
No, it's
big lobes.
because his lymph nodes,
Right, so
and he shortens it
I
to
might have-
load, but he mispronounces it, so it's lobes.
I might have missed that earlier. I can
Okay,
explain it again.
yeah.
So he has inflamed lymph nodes in his throat. He kind of looks
Yeah.
like a bullfrog.
Yeah,
And they're lymph nodes with a D.
but he shortens it with the apostrophe.
Yeah, lodes.
and then he mispronounces
And then he
it.
thinks it's
Okay.
lobes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry if I didn't say that earlier.
No, I get it now. Yeah. Okay. So just to remind, so he has huge he has huge lobes.
Yes.
That's not why he's called big lobes.
No.
He's called big lobes because he shortens lymph nodes because his lymph nodes are inflamed.
Yeah,
But he
and then he
mispronounced
switches
it.
the
He has
D
a
and
B
the
and a
B.
B. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And it's not like limp lobes.
Yeah.
Limp lobes would be a completely different thing. He's not even called that. He's called
No,
big
no.
lobes.
Big lobes.
Big lobes. Yeah, so I'll invite you next time we hang out. He likes Catan.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Let's
we
play
can get along.
Catan.
Yeah.
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 But the problem is part of that game you have to like ask to trade stuff.
And,
And I say like
yeah.
I say like, hey, can I have some wood? I'll give you some sheep. And he says, I'm big lobes. I got big lobes. And I say, but do you have wood?
Big lobes.
And I was like, I understand.
Yeah.
Can I look at your cards? And he goes, lobes. And then I just take a peek at some of his cards. He has some wood, and then we just trade it. I just kind
Yeah.
of do the work for him. Yeah, that's big lobes.
That's big lobes.
Bit of jerk.
Jesus Christ, that was the worst fucking.
You don't like big lobes?
No, I love big lobes, but I'm like that one went way longer than I ever anticipated. Big lobes.
You're trying to tell me you don't like big lobes? Dude?
Yeah. Oh, you seen any good movies lately?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're seeing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man: No Way Home comes out.
Yep, we have not seen it, but
We haven't
let's
seen it. You should fucking see how many blocked words I have on Twitter.
Yeah, I think
I-
I might have more, honestly.
Here's the thing. I have like not looked at any reviews. I have not gone on Rotten Tomatoes. I've blocked Tomato Meter.
Good.
I blocked Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, I can't look at it. I will like if I see anything like a star rating or the Rotten Tomatoes score, I will go into that movie with expectations, and I want nothing.
Okay.
I only want my own expectations.
Okay. Well, I know we've already done a bit on the
Yeah.
podcast where you reviewed the movie.
Yes.
But right now,
Because, you know, it's funny. That was a bit, guys. I didn't actually see the movie.
That's true.
Okay?
I say what we do right now to end
Yes.
off this podcast.
Yes.
We are filming this the day before we see Spider-Man. It's
Yes.
Wednesday,
Yes.
December 15th.
Yes.
Tomorrow we're seeing Spider-Man. This podcast will come out. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to spoil everything that's in the movie.
Yes.
Every single thing that's in the movie.
Yeah.
And we'll see how much we get right.
Yeah. We'll keep we have like a tally.
Yeah, we'll keep a tally. So when you guys see this, Spider-Man will already be out. So potential spoilers. Because we're going to tell you
Okay.
what happens in it right now.
Yes.
And this is like not bit stuff.
Okay, not a bit. Okay.
Like, what do we think happens in this movie?
They're gonna do the fucking pointing meme. Andrew and
no way.
Andrew and Toby are gonna show up,
Right.
and there's gonna be a part where they're like standing there, or not. It's not gonna look exactly like the meme, but like, there'll be a police car, and they'll be like,
dude, if that happens,
yeah,
it can't. It can't.
Why? Why do you think it's not gonna happen?
Because
you think that like
I feel like this movie is competent.
yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be a competent movie.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something that works in Spider-Verse and would not work in live action. If they did it, there'd be no way to interpret other than cheesy. If they point at each other, like I'd be kind of mad, I think.
Yeah.
That would make me angry if that happened. It'd be so weird. But hey, it could happen.
Yeah.
That's one of your predictions.
It's a prediction.
I think someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
I think that
if MJ doesn't die, then Andrew Garfield's gonna save her.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield will save her.
To make up for
the fact that he couldn't save Gwen Stacy.
Yes, yeah.
That's absolutely going to happen. I think that in terms of death,
yes,
the MCU loves killing off like familial figures.
Yeah.
So I think Happy could die.
Happy might die
because we got Tony
because
died.
Jon Favreau wants to just only focus on Mandalorian, probably.
Right. Well, so Uncle Ben died off camera.
Yeah.
Tony Stark died.
Yeah.
Mysterio quote died.
Yeah.
I think they're just gonna keep killing people.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be Doctor Strange. He's not gonna die.
And like Happy Hogan is basically just a Spider-Man character now.
Right, because when you think about it too, like he could get really close to Doc Ock and then Doc Ock would die, but that'd be stupid.
Yeah.
Because there'd be no weight
that
to
already
it.
happened.
There'd be no weight to it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Austin seems to think that Tobey Maguire's gonna die. That could happen, but it'd be stupid.
Now, if any of the Spider-Men die,
it'd be dumb.
It'd be dumb on their part because I guarantee that in the back of Amy Pascal's mind,
yeah, she's like,
if
Spider-Man 4,
if these movies do well,
yeah,
like if this movie does well, then we might fucking get Spider-Man 4,
Toby Spider-Man 4,
or
and
Amazing
Andrew
Spider-Man
Amazing
3.
Spider-Man 3.
We just might.
I think it's very, very likely.
Yes,
it's a huge possibility.
Could you fucking imagine Spider-Man 4 happening?
Which would mean Mysterio would be in that as well, and it would be Bruce Campbell. Which would be awesome.
Oh my god.
So that could happen. That's not my prediction for the movie because I feel like that's a little bit more far-fetched. But I think someone could die. I think like Happy Hogan could die.
Aunt May could die.
Aunt May could
entirely
die.
I think Happy Hogan's more likely.
Yeah. I would hope they wouldn't kill Aunt May. Because
that would suck.
It would suck just because then he would have no family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
poor guy.
Leave him someone. Aunt May's supposed to be an old woman. Like, leave him someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, Happy could die. Aunt May could die. I think just based on like the fact that they have these villain panels with Jamie Foxx, Alfred Molina, and Willem Dafoe, I think that Sandman and Lizard are gonna have minor parts in the movie.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I love Sandman.
Yeah.
I mean Venom's in it.
Yeah.
Venom's in it. If Venom is only in a post-credit scene, I'll be furious.
I think he might only be a post-credit scene.
I would be so mad.
Why?
Because we already have a post-credit scene that announces he's in the universe. So then why would we have a whole movie that he doesn't show up in just for him to be in another post-credit scene?
I just don't know how he's going to fit in as like a character.
But what could they possibly set up? You know what I mean?
Set up a Spider-Man versus Venom movie. That's what they're going to set up.
No,
that's what they're setting up.
No, Holland is coming back. Maybe if Spider-Man was in the Venom movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't be an MCU thing.
I think the next Spider-Man MCU movie is going to be him fighting Venom. Is it going to be good? I don't know. Probably not.
It could be him fighting Venom.
Yeah.
But if we got a teaser that Venom is in the MCU, and then all that leads to is another teaser for another movie, that would be awful.
But here's what I obviously don't know what the stakes are in this story. I don't know how and why the villains are there.
Right.
Exactly.
Multiverse
type of shit. But I just, we have all of these Spider-Man villains we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
And Jamie Foxx has hair.
But like, I'm like, the final battle,
Right.
All the villains are there, and then all of a sudden Tom Hardy comes walking up. He's like, "What's going on?" And he turns into Venom. And he goes, well, I'm gonna snack on some Spider Boys."
Yeah.
And like, I can't. That just seems so out of place.
I'm
to me.
telling you, if Venom's in this movie, I swear to God, I hope we don't hear his voice. I don't hate his voice.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be so much funnier if Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock, is sitting there and he goes, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "No, we're not going to eat them." And like, if he was just talking to himself, because it's not from the perspective of Venom, we don't need to hear his voice. Because you can only hear it in Eddie's voice, in his head, you know. So I think that Venom could be in the movie. I don't know if he's necessarily going to be a villain, but he has to be in it. If he's not in it, I'm going to be...
If Venom shows up, and I'm guessing it'll be a post-credit scene.
God, I'd be so
Then,
mad.
like, it's going to be him getting the spider on it, like the white spider on his chest.
Right.
You know?
Man, I mean, I sure
That's
hope.
I'm guaranteed that Venom, like, it's going to be Venom will show up at the end. He'll get the spider thing on his chest. He's like, we're going to blend in. I don't fucking know.
But it'd be so dumb if he was just in a post-credit scene.
I don't think...
We already got... Because it'd be really cool if we didn't know that Venom was in it, and then we had the villains from the other franchises come in, and then a post-credit scene, Venom shows up. That would be cool. The fact that there was already a post-credit scene at the end of Venom 2, spoilers, the fact that there's already a post-credit scene at the end of Venom 2, where he is in the MCU with Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He has to be in this movie or not at all. He's either in this movie, he can't be just in a post-credit scene because that'd be crazy. It's like they have 2 movies teasing the fact that he's in the same universe with Tom Holland. This whole movie is about other people from other universes coming in. It would be nuts if he was just in the post-credit scene.
You know, okay.
It's possible, but I'd hate it.
Anyway, okay, other predictions. Venom's in the movie.
Yeah, something that I predict is not going to happen.
What?
But something that I want with all of my heart.
Yeah.
I want Nick Cage as Noir Spider-Man.
Yeah.
From Spider-Verse. Could you imagine? We don't even have to see his face. You just see a black and white detective Spider-Man come swinging in and is voiced by Nicolas Cage. I'd lose my mind.
Be great.
That'd be amazing.
We see Spider-Ham. John Mulaney.
John Mulaney.
I don't know. Okay, things that might happen in this fucking movie.
Is Wanda going to be in it, do you think? She might be a post-credit.
I don't know. Here's what I'm wondering, right?
Post-credit setting up Multiverse of Madness. For sure.
So because it's Doctor Strange, so Wanda might show up in the post-credits.
Yeah.
To me, it's just weird how, like, all of a sudden we get all this MCU stuff that, like, implies that so many different characters are all at once fucking with the multiverse.
Yeah.
Like Loki is, Wanda is, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man are, Venom is.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I don't so what I think happened, and I think it's all explained in Loki. Yeah. I don't see it as a bunch of different people messing with the multiverse. I see it as in Loki, they allow the multiverse to be messed with.
Yeah.
If they didn't do that in Loki, Spider-Man opening up the multiverse, Owen Wilson would have come in and pruned him.
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't have been the sacred timeline anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that all these, and Wanda, like all these different people messing with the multiverse, they would all be stopped if Loki had not allowed it to happen.
Oh, okay.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So as opposed to them all separately doing it, I see that as it all would have been happening and then it all would have been pruned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I interpreted it. That Loki allowed for the branches to start happening. Because you see them, like, they make the decision to not stop it.
Yeah.
And then you see the branches start to go. So that is when everything kind of goes off. At least that's what I understood from it. Who knows? Yeah. It could be different. But I think that's what it was. Or that's what it was implying, at least.
Yeah.
Because he breaks open the multiverse and she breaks open the multiverse. But I really think that the big multiverse break is in Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah.
There's not going to be another multiverse break in Multiverse of Madness. It's already open.
Yeah.
They're not going to close it at the end of the movie because then they just have to reopen it.
Yeah, because for X-Men and Fantastic Four to come in, and
it's just going to be open for a while. They're going to explore different ways because, like, the show What If is not the multiverse coming into the
just
sacred
alternate,
timeline.
yeah.
It's just showing the alternate universes.
Yeah.
But like Ant-Man Quantumania, we're gonna find out that the quantum realm is not in a timeline.
Yeah.
It's outside of it, so they use that to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Because we already saw them, they used it to time travel, so they can use it to travel to different timelines, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
My theory is that the TVA is in the quantum realm. I think I saw some people talking about that, but it looked similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who knows? But that's besides Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else we think is going to happen in this movie? I think that the stuff we've seen in the trailers is 40 minutes.
Yeah, well, they've only shown the press the 40 minutes of the movie. Like, critics have seen the whole movie.
Right.
But the press has only, like, seen...
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I was like, I know some people who saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Press only got to see 40 minutes. But I think that that's what the trailers are.
Yeah.
The big thing that's implying to be the final battle, I wonder if it actually is.
Yeah, to me, it seems like it might be like Act 2.
Yeah, who knows?
Because they did that for Avengers Endgame.
Yes.
You saw absolutely nothing of the last 40 minutes of the movie.
Exactly.
Or more than that.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
So I think that's very possible.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the end game of Spider-Man.
God, I'm so ready.
So we'll see.
Yeah, this is a long prediction. We're going to boil it down.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who knows? This whole podcast, normally we just post the podcast.
Yeah.
This one we have to edit.
Yeah, we're not in the P zone yet.
We're not in the P zone. We're not feeling it.
But we'll get there.
We'll get there.
This is a good little little return to form.
It's just been us talking.
And that's
It's
okay.
just been a little talking. That's okay.
Been a little NPR, you know.
Big. I'm Big Lopes.
Big Lopes showed up, you know. That's
I have Big Lopes.
yeah, the Piss Baby song.
Yeah, Piss Baby song. We got some good highlights.
Yeah.
We got some highlights from this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I say we wrap it up.
Yeah. So thank you all for sticking with us.
Yeah, thank you. You are seeing. We've been recording for an hour. You will not have an episode that's long. You will not have an episode that long.
No,
I promise you. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you
to Big Lobes for having Big Lobes.
Yeah, I have Big Lobes.
Thank you to Colorado's biggest So Far So Good fan.
Yeah. And thank you to everyone for watching us. We're excited to get back to the show, get back to the podcast, and we're still posting sketches.
We got a great one. Well, it comes out Friday for us, but it'll be up by the time we see this.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got Past Due with Connor Sink.
Coming back. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We appreciate you all hanging out with us. We just wanted to set up our mics, set up a little bit makeshift set, and film something for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun talking with you, Eamon.
It's been a lot of fun talking with you, Nick.
I've enjoyed it, and
been good. It's a good vibe.
Yeah, so I want to say thank you guys so much for watching again. This has been the So Far So Good podcast, episode 7.
Episode 7.
See ya.
See ya.
I forgot it.
Fuck, it's been so long.
See ya. I'm Big Lobes.
That is John C. Reilly.
This is John C. Reilly.
I'm going to be reading for the part of Big Lobes. Hey, I'm Big Lobes. I got big lobes.
Big Lobes.
Hey, it's a Big Lobes.
Hey, Vanellope. What do you mean I gotta be in a ball? I gotta turn into a ball and go through the internet?
What do you mean I'm in a bad fucking movie? What do you...
Bill Hader's in this.
I would have never known unless you told me.
All right, I'm ending it.
This has been a SchlemCorp production.